What's up, guys? Back again with another video. So I'm gonna try to build a Slash today again. Now I'm not gonna do any electronics in it, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can't piece one together with all these parts that I just happen to have here on the bench. I think I got one. Okay. Oop, big noise. And off runs my little dog. Okay, so let's see how far I get. I hope to have a roller or a slider by the time I'm done with what's here. Okay, I think this is probably where I need to start right here. So it is dark early and raining as it is right now here in the Pacific Northwest. Is that backwards? Yes, I do. Like this. No? I forget. Well, we're going to try this one. This is an aftermarket from China. I don't know if I can get it to work or not, but we'll see. I think that the shaft is too long. But I tried it before and yeah. I'll try it again. Yeah, something wrong here. This could be that this is the wrong chassis. Or I'm just plumb missing a part, which is likely. Yeah, I've already been kind of working on this a little bit here and there. I'm gonna back up a little bit here. I'll just put that aside because this is supposed to go like right here. But which one did I order? I don't say. Well, I've ordered this one before and it was the right one. Well, no big deal. Drive on. Just go to the front end for a minute. Yes, this is a plastic servo saver. It just happens to be what I have on hand. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this plastic one or not. I'm gonna say probably not. I'll order one eventually, but it'll be good for today just as a placeholder, and then I'll take it out and probably just throw it in the garbage. It's most of these plastic parts, I can't say that I can't stand them, but I would rather to not have to deal with plastic parts. Yeah, just one of them things. And thankfully, plastic parts are relatively forgiving too, so you can kind of make them do what you want when you need. I'm definitely gonna have to do something about this servo saver. I think it'll work, but I don't like it. This is more like just like all the extra parts I had laying around, and I've been buying little filler parts as I go. To, you know, make a car. Yep. I'm going to have another 4x4 slash. I think this is this is an LCG. It'll be pretty good. Like, not the best one that I've ever built, only because I'm not using all of the bells and whistles that are available, like on my green one. Yeah, that one's an absolute monster. And yeah, I'm not gonna use all the same parts. You know, I try to make them a little bit different each time. Some are better and than others, you know, but they're all good. Every one of them, good car. You know, I don't make bad cars, or rather Traxxas, and all the other companies that are out there that make cars, and the ones that I end up building are, you know, they're definitely cut differently. They're built differently. All the stuff that I do is just built differently because I did it. So, you know, I'll give credit where it's due. You know, you got to take all of the designers, the engineers, right? And that's just to get it working, or something working. Then once you have something working, then you got to have a different set of people look at it and, you know, put it in a box and put a bow on it and get it to you. There's a large process to get a boxed truck, you know, or boxed RC car into your hands. We will eliminate this. I've eliminated so many of these. I have so many of these that are brand new. Like, it's because I use these Techno RC drive shafts, which are absolutely wonderful, by the way. They're hefty, you know. Okay. Yeah, how about we put a couple of screws in here? New truck, new hardware. If it's a used truck or an old truck, I use old hardware, depending. I think I can use these ones right here, so I'll take 1 and 2. Come on now. There we go. You know, I do like hand building RC cars. There's such a wonderful experience to build an RC car and then be able to go drive it afterwards. You know, it's just like making anything. Like, it's really great that you made it yourself. Like, it's such a huge deal to do it. I might be missing a part for the LCG chassis, which means I'll have to get that somewhere. Yeah. Too many parts on hand. Mix and matched parts. Yeah, I think I ordered the wrong thing, but I got this one here. Yeah, this one's for the LCG. I bet you that other one's for the HCG. And that's where my hang up was. Is I got one of each because I have a chassis for each, and I just put the wrong one in the wrong box. All right, so bearing there. And that drops in right here, or it should. Oh, let's try putting it in the right direction. So perfect, imagine that. I'll take them other kind of screws, which are not in that box, but they are in my other one. This one. This is all my spare new hardware. These. Yeah, usually it doesn't take me very long to find my hardware. There's quite a good collection in here. And my attention to detail is quite good, so I'm able to find them quickly. This always shocked some of my coworkers at one of my jobs where I was a mechanic at. They would send me off to the box of bolts and say, hey, I need, I don't know, 20 of these, you know, but there's 100 different types of bolts in that one box. You know, this is no small box of bolts I had to go surfing through. Just absolutely incredible amount of bolts to go through, and I would come back within like 5 minutes with what they asked for, and they're like, they do that, you know, head tilt thing and be like, where did you get those? I'm like, from the box of bolts like you asked me to. You know, and then we drive on, we get the job done sooner. Yeah, just one of those things. I have the eye. One more. See, look at that. And the only thing is these two are a little bit different lengths. And by all rights, I should go and find another shorter one. I prefer to have matching hardware, like period. Yeah, I'm fairly anal about how I build my cars. I really am. That's even longer. That one's not though. That's perfect. Yeah. I match lengths. I measure. I do all these things. A lot of people like to comment that I don't use thread lock, and I do, but I'm finicky about where I will use it. I don't just fucking slather it on every single fastener I do. You know, I'm not looking to do that much work, for one. And also, there's just no point in some spots. Like right now, what I'm doing, I'm going into plastic. A metal into plastic like that, you're cutting your own threads. You don't need thread locker. It will stay, like, permanently, you know? Unless you put too much force on that spot, then, yeah, then you're gonna see some sort of failure. Yeah, this is gonna be another good looking car. And I did not put in that center bit. Oh, there we go. That's awesome. Okay, alright, let's break out some power tools, because this is part of the game that I play. Is I assemble it, and then I take it apart, and then I reassemble it, and just one of those things that I end up doing. Typically I use my power tools for disassembly, and not for assembly very often. You know, see, I had to back out like 3 steps here because of because of the order of operation I took. It's not that big of a deal. It is a waste of time. But if you look at it as like you're mocking something up, and I still did it wrong. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm fine. I put that bearing on. That's why I did it. So, yeah, there's a lot of different ways this thing can go together. So, it's just one of those things. Like, even now, I'm like having issues right here. This should be, like, just fine. There we go. Go. Yeah, whenever I go to use my power tools for assembly, I usually start the fastener of whatever I'm using with a hand tool or with a bit that's not behind a drill, and then I'll go in and use the power tool. And I got this on the lowest setting too, so, which is really good. Once you start pumping it up these different levels, it'll actually put a torque on it. And I don't want to put too much stank on any of these things because I don't want to strip anything and have to replace it. Drive shaft. I should probably get a servo out and install that before I go any further. Which I think I have one laying around, like in here. What? Yes, 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 yes I do. Yeah, this is pretty much my catch-all for servos. It's a DS servo. I guess that's their brand. Cordless digital servo. It's waterproof, 35 kg. I mean, do you really need much more, you know, for a basher? And these are pretty quick. You know, not the quickest thing out there, but does the job. It really does. Oh, which direction does the thing go? I forget. All right. Yep, I went and Air Force checked it, and to figure out which direction I had to put the servo in. This is not something I really think about. You know, this is one of those things like I would look up in the manual because it's not something I want to keep in my head. You know. Let's get some servo screws here. I got some floating around in here. Two is probably enough. I will not put 2, I will put 4. Yeah. See, I thought about like only doing like 2 just for weight reduction, you know? Trying to be race-minded, you know? And obviously 4 bolts for your servo, that's redundant. Especially if you're using the correct fastener and they're put in well. I think that might be enough, but how much does it stick out there? Yeah, I'll use the shorties. I got 4 of them too. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, 2.5. So here's something for you, or rather, I'm going to pose a question, and yeah, let me know what y'all think about my question. So, piece of information before I ask my question. So, Traxxas puts out a Slash 2-wheel drive kit. So, and it's great, right? I'm looking at it right now. I haven't built it because it's 2-wheel drive, you know, and I'm all about 4-wheel drive cars, and don't get me wrong, I have some 2-wheel drive cars also, and actually 2-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, right, cars. So I just finished up a Tamiya MX-07, I think. And I did the chassis update with it. So you can get the kit from Tamiya, and you get this other chassis kit from Yeah Racing. So I have a Yeah Racing chassis for a Tamiya car, and I barely used any of the parts out of the Tamiya kit. Like, literally a small handful of parts, and everything else was in the Yeah Racing box. So I basically am missing like 4 or 5 parts for this other kit that I borrowed from to finish off the Yeah Racing chassis car. It's a cool little chassis, probably a touring car, I think, is what it ends up being. And yeah, it's really cool looking, but I got to put a cool little body on it and see it rip. Who knows? Let's see here. That's in there. Servo horn. Sure, I got one of those right here. And it's installed, but it's not installed. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to put power to everything once it does have electronics in it. And I wasn't really intending on putting electronics in this, but this is the one I'll do only because it's a pain in the butt. Well, it's not really a pain in the butt. It's just awkward to change and go and get in there. Because it's covered up by all of this stuff, so. I should be able to put this on here now. Oh, come on. It would figure that one thing would pop out. And the other one too. Rude. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. I am definitely going to be replacing that servo saver. That's a no-go. Maybe this is why I'm having such a hard problem. Yeah, maybe that too. No, I don't want that yet. I want this in here. There we go. Line up. Come on. There we are. Here's another weird thing about me. I'm not exactly ambidextrous, but yeah, I can do a lot of things with my opposite hand just as well with my right hand. You know, I'm right-handed, wholeheartedly. It's the hand that I favor and that I sign my signature with and all the rest of that good stuff. But there's a lot of things that I do just as well with my right as I do with my left. Working a screwdriver is one of those things. Or a driver, in this case. Alright, so this is pretty much a sliding chassis. Boy, that's fucking ugly. I have to fix that. Yeah, that's just so rude. Yeah, I think I have that upside down anyways. I don't know. I'm already complaining about it. I'm going to have to change it, period. So, we're just going to drive on though. Yeah, we ready for this? I think so. There's down. I'm gonna need these, and we have these. I got what? Those are the RPM ones that can go in there. That one can go in there. Trash. I decided on whether it's gonna get blue or green. Yeah, I got to do a little bit of cleanup before I go any further, because like I get overloaded with having too much to look at. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but it's annoying. Yeah, I think that other hot racing mount is for the incorrect car. Kind of position this now and see what I need to do here. Is that where it goes? Go on top of that? No, that ain't right. Every time I like try to play with this thing. It don't want to go where I want it to go. Maybe that's how it goes. Because I know these go down onto these whammy bars. Like, that's just about there. Just about. But it just don't line up. Maybe if I flip this over, it does. That might be it. I have that one thing installed upside down. And that's what's been throwing me the entire time. Which I wouldn't be surprised if I did that to myself. My dyslexia that goes along with, you know, being semi-ambidextrous is very frustrating to me. Yeah, I bet you it lines up just fine now that I've swapped this over. Puts everything back in alignment. Because this little roll cage doesn't come with instructions. I had to go online and find a picture of it installed on something, and that's what I followed. So this will work now. Come on, where'd you going in? Oh, there we go. Yeah, likely I'm going to have to take this off, and when I go to put the big electronics in, just for space. All right, put that there. That should go into there, which it's not working. There we go. That and that. And this should be lining up with the front up there. Come on. I don't know, maybe it does need to go like this. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like no picture, or rather there was no instructions. Then I am, you know, remembering a picture that I saw online from I don't know if it was on Hot Racing's site or what. Yeah, that's just so weird. It's like, oh, I guess that's okay like that. That's about as close as I've got right there so far. So rude. Yeah, I may end up skipping this, you know, again, because I've tried to install this on other trucks too, and another Slash, and I got frustrated, and I'm like, nope, not gonna use it. And I think that me doing that one little swap thing made a difference. And maybe I need to do that on this other side also, and maybe that'll help. And I had both of them on the wrong side, which that could be very well be. I really put that one in tight, didn't I? No, this is definitely the side it's supposed to be on. It's flat. Yeah. Yeah, what did I install wrong? Hell if I know. Cool. I'm gonna try it on this other side to see if it lines up any better, and if it does, great. If it don't, I'm not using it. I don't want to mess with it no more, and I'll contact Hot Racing, I guess, and see if this thing's either bent or I'm just not using it correctly, which that could be very well too. That's pretty good. I think I'll take that. It lines up enough that I can make it work, so no calling Hot Racing. And those take those ones that are twos, two button head, and how long? That's probably too long. Let's go one of these to start with. Hey, that's kind of cool. All right. We'll just use these ones as placeholders until I actually get a body mounting system on here in conjunction with this. Because I might go old school posts with, you know, the wire clips instead of the clipless Traxxas body. There's only so many body mounting systems they have, and there's only so many cars they work on also. Adding this little roll cage, like I don't know how much it's going to impact the body whenever I get to that point. I might actually be able to use this center brace too. That's like redundancy, but think about how much stronger this of a basher this would be once this is in. Like, seriously. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. That's cool. So yeah, I'll be able to install this in here, and it's gonna be like super duper. Yeah, it makes me think that I could really do a little something different because of this cage allowing me to have other places to put things. And this center brace in here, like I can put a fat ESC or something in there, but I'd have to have a mean motor to go along with it. So this is why I haven't done electronics for this car yet. It's like I always do that last. I have to see what I've built before I before I take it any further. You know, because right now I got that motor mount, and Now, there's other motor mounts that are out there that I can get, and that, like the one that's on my green Slash, like good lord, that's got a freaking can motor on it, you know. And boy howdy, you know. Oh, I gotta put some more rubber grommets in there, take some of that distance up. Yeah. So, I'm gonna wait to put this on. And what else can we do here? We got this, got the front and, ooh, why do I have a front and rear end in here? Must be for a different car. Because obviously I have a front and rear end right here. Bumper can wait. I don't have a rear bumper that's RPM for this car. So that's kind of a problem, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, let's open up these and put these out. And I'm gonna need some shouldered screws, which are not in that box. They are in this one here. And I should have some more somewhere else if I do not have enough. Three. Come on, one more. I know I got one more in there. One more that matches. There we are. 4. Alright, so I got the shouldered screws there. And we go clippy clippy. Right, left, left, right. Oh, clippy, clippy. Pew! Well, no pew pew, but pew! Try not to do that because then I gotta find it later with my feet, and I don't like stepping on it, but it happens. This is the right. Yep, more plastic or metal into plastic here again. But these are RPM parts too, so they're super tough, even beyond that. Best thing I could say is just use the right fastener, you know? That's like saying using the right part, because it is. It's one way of doing it. Yeah, just don't use the wrong part. If you make a part, you made that part. You know, that's the right part if you made it. You know, as long as it was, you know, for a specific purpose. You know, how well it works is how well it works. Okay. I'm only loosely putting this together because I still have to put pins in the A-arms, and I'm gonna use the same screwdriver for that, so I'll just tighten everything up when I do that. Yeah, best parts for a Slash ever is the RPM. make sure you're getting it for the right right truck, because not all of these arms are the same in design. They're a little bit different depending on which ones you get. I think they all fit the same set of chassis, but they have different holes on them, different for different things. You know, like these ones only account for a couple of things. You know, I may end up having to get a different set of arms too, because those aren't the ones that I really like. Like, this is the right color, but you know, I don't need that, and I need an extra set of holes here for sway bars, because that's one of the biggest things I like doing with a Slash is, yeah, making sure it's got sway bars, because it totally changes the truck. Absolutely night and day difference. I know. Any of these changes you see me, or any of these parts you see me using here, there's a reason I'm using them. You know what? I could do an aluminum front end on this one instead of these RPM ones. Do I want to do that? I probably should, huh? But I don't have the rear ones in aluminum. Yeah, I'm gonna save the green parts for another build. And that can go in there. That. Didn't I have a battery thing out here too? I thought I did. That's all right. And wait on that. All right, here we go. Pins. And this is in like been double baggied. There we go. Yeah. Are these not gonna work? Maybe not. Maybe I gotta find my other ones. Okay, get that box out of here. And we'll go surfing through the other box. And we got, ooh, those will work. And that, it looks like just the same thing as what I have up there. Yeah, that'll be it right there. This is just going to get some hodgepodge parts. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna Red and blue. Because I know these will work. And these ones can go for another day. All right, red in the front and blue in the rear. Sounds good to me. Yep, and I got them flipped again because my dyslexia is getting me this morning. Not too bad, just a little bit. It's probably because I miffed that those blue ones are, or the other blue ones were not what I wanted. For a Stampede or a Rustler, which they have a lot of components that are the same. Like I can make them work, but I'm not trying to do that in this video. I'm just trying to build this thing and have you guys see like how relatively easy it is to do a car. You know, it's really not difficult at all. A lot of it's just annoying. Like, I think the most annoying thing about doing this is like running into like your parts not working or opening the bags. Like, I really am tired of opening bags. That's probably like the worst thing I hate doing is opening all the bags. Either doing it one at a time or even all at once. It's just like, nope. This is another one of those things I look up in the manual too. It's like which way this little bracket goes so that you don't have to fight with the screw alignment hole. Yep. Yep, still trying to do it. Okay. Don't think we're gonna need that. Move on to drive shafts, bearings. That is a spare. Put the black ones in the rear and green ones in the front. How's that sound? And yeah, this is pretty good. I think I like it best when it's slightly chilled. I mean, like almost warm, but not warm. It's still cold. You know what I'm saying? Like colder than room temperature, but not like ice cold. Because like ice cold, it seems to take away from the flavor. Like it tastes better when it's warmer, if that makes any sense. You know, I'm not saying, you know, drink it hot. It might be good. I don't know. But yeah. Bearings. Yes, let's go. Yeah, I need this one. I need some pins. And I need the little ones, right? Yeah. It's a little on the wrong side. There's the smaller ones. May have to use these other ones. Two. Three. There we go. Four. I had to dig. That's all right. The little one, the 1.5. These are axles are really easy to install. So you don't need the whole thing. You only need the inner part. Align the hole. Or rather, yeah, use the pin to help you align the hole and the shaft, the output shaft from the differential. And then, yeah, put it in there. Put just a tiny little bit of stank on it because it's a pin. It's not really going to want to come out. Like centrifugal force could force it out, but if you put that little bit of stank on it and you put some thread locker in there, it's never going to come out. But I'm kind of funny about using thread locker only in certain cases. This should be one of the places I really should use it, but I have faith in how I'm putting this together, and I don't really see a need because I've never had one of these come out on me. You know, the only time I ever had one of these come out on me is in a plastic part. So there's a reason I use the parts the way I do. Like I use RPM parts in these places, right? I keep the arms plastic because I need the flex there. You know, if you're gonna bash your truck, you want that to flex. You know, there's just certain stuff you want to flex and want it to be plastic. And other stuff, it needs to be metal because it has to be hard. It has to be something that's solid. You know, you don't want it flopping around, you know. And that accounts for a lot of the function of how things roll with this thing. All right, let's put the front ones on. Front ones are going to be a little bit different because this is why I pulled out the bearings. So I will find the bearings that fit. This one goes out here. Now I need my bearing kit, because this set of bearings did not cover me the way it was supposed to. My bearings, all my extra bearings. So I need one. It's probably this one right here. That's close, but no cigar. So there's one that's going to fit this shaft and fit the interior diameter of this also. I may have to like order them. See, this is the thing with building cars. Is like, if you don't have the part, you don't have the part, and you gotta wait until you do have the part. Yeah. Can I get that to work? Is that gonna work? A bearing inside of a bearing? It's not exactly the right answer, but it's definitely an answer that'll work. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll work. All right, let's see if I can pull that off again. Do I have another one of those? There's what, one of these blue ones inside of one of these black ones, which is, that's so weird. This, no, it's this one. Yeah, that's so weird. I really don't like doing that, but if it works, it works, you know? I'm not judging. I already put a bearing in that side, okay. Yeah, like that's great. That is exactly the distance I needed, so cool. And same gig as before. Line up the hole as best you can, and then use the pin to make the final alignment. It just goes right on in there. Right. Well, that's almost a car, right? Almost. Let's do these rear ones real quick. This should be super easy. It's just bearings and bearings. Is it this one? Yeah, it is. Actually, it is not that one, because this is the one where that end rides inside of the cup. So it's and then this just goes right on in there. It should. Yep, I have to use like one little shim, which is to be expected. I highly recommend that everyone shim their trucks. Definitively. Shim your truck. Tighten it up. Because any extra loose movement, that is energy that's not being transferred down to the ground, you know, i.e. you're not going as fast as you want. So, yeah. All right, camber, yeah, it's camber. I think green. Yeah, I think green. I'll use the blue for another day. This is going to be a really odd looking truck. I've been using all these different colored parts because they like just didn't work out for whatever project I had for them. So, yep, should be different. Go with this one. I think that'll work. It's a little short. use them shorter ones. And there went that one. I guess I'll pick that up later because I don't want to go looking for it. That almost happened again. It's because all these parts are loose and they're not tight. So far, so good. Only a few minor complications thus far. All in all, fairly good build without anything super abnormal happening. Put that in there. A whole bunch of hardware. Alright, a couple more links here. I might let these just dangle because I'm going to redo the steering servo at a later date. We'll see. I definitely don't like it, that's for sure. That's probably why I'm not using it. Like, that's one of those parts that's better if it's metal. Like, don't get me wrong, it's also good if it's plastic, but I find that with your steering rack, it should be metal. You don't want to have any slop in that. You know, by all rights, anything that involves your steering, it should probably all be metal. You know, like the only thing that I would say that should not be metal is the A-arms. You know, and possibly these bearing carriers, but it all depends on the tolerances on those too. Like being RPM makes good parts, like I don't doubt that they're gonna work and be, you know, a solid part. But yeah, ideally you want like no play. There should be nothing but smoothness for your steering, period. It should be like near lightning fast as far as your servo goes and responsiveness. Because that's going to pay out in two different ways. For one, your car is going to go where you tell it to. You know, and it's just, yeah, you want that strength. Your the little brain or the oh, what the hell is it called? Gyro. So the little computerized gyro that's in a lot of systems, you know, that shit's fucking smart. You know, so you want it to be able to respond quickly also. So it's not just you that is using it. It's that little brain that's in there also. Okay. Maybe I will put something in here like... yeah, it don't even fucking barely move. I'm going to have to take that out. Like, I can't tolerate that. It's fucking shitty. Excuse my language. This is why, like, it's an old part. I was just trying to make, you know, a really cheap budget car from what I had, and like it turned out like I just don't do that anymore. I don't do budget cars, you know. Well, kind of. I do on my budget. Like, I just make good cars. And I can go on the servo later. I don't want to put that on right now. I can. I don't know, maybe I should put some wheels on this too. Alright. See, my dyslexia is getting me like that. Because I'm thinking about something else, like one thing and another thing at the same time. Alright, so we got a set of worn out Speed Hawk Speed Tread tires, and I'm not going to shim this today because I'm going to end up having to shim it when I go and put new tires on anyways. But for now, I will put the tires and wheel nuts on here. So this is just an old stock type of thing for me. Like, I had these kicking around for a while, and finally getting to use them. Yeah, parts don't go bad, fellas. You know, not if they've been properly stored, you know. I need to put that in a different box. And that box got put nope, it's right there. Let's leave them sitting there. Okay. Oh, there's two more. All right. Oh, that's why. Forgot these offsets, or these hexes have little, where's that little one? There, it's right there in front of me. Yeah, they got a little thing to help keep it on there. And I will use thread locker at this point, because this is one that I don't play around with. Is these ones right here. It's not like it's gonna come off, but I don't want to even think about it. So I use it. I think I've only used thread lock once this entire video, and it's this time right here. So being that this is not actually going to be running, I will do Man, I should have put that in the front. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have an opportunity to go back and put in whatever amount of thread lock I choose after I go over this truck again at a later date. Yep, I got a process kind of. Oh shit. There it is. And it's a little bit at a time. I try to order everything all at the same time, but it never seems to work out that way. It's like I get like one thing in the mail and then I can move on to the next thing, you know, and eventually I get a whole car. Unless I do it from a kit, then it's already a whole car. Yeah, no shocks yet. Probably gonna figure that one out real quick here too, because I got some extra shocks I can throw on here. Yep, see, this is how my mind works. It's like, what is the next step, you know? I definitely need to shim the front. You can tell. The bearing's not in there. There's one in there now. I think these probably work for the front, but I don't know about the back. Maybe not. Maybe these are too short. Yeah, they might be too short. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need some longer shocks in the back. Actually, I got these for a different project, and you know, I'm using them on this project because I don't know, like, let's try just because I have them, you know. Yeah, entirely too short. Like, I could probably figure out some way to make it work, but I'm not gonna play that. So these will be recycled yet again. And I will get out a different set to go on the rear. I should have some just regular slash shocks kicking around. Well, gee, wonder if I can use these ones right here. I forgot I had these ones. These might be a little bit too big, but maybe not. No, those will work out just fine. Yeah, I totally forgot I had these ones, and I opened the drawer and I'm like, oh, what are those? Yeah, mismatched shocks, but they're gonna look all right, I do believe. Maybe I just played this game. Why am I doing it again? Yeah, I'm kind of glad that I'm getting to use these. Shocks aren't cheap, you know. At least the ones that have the aluminum bits on them are not cheap. You can get cheap shocks that do the job, you know. You can have a budget build and you'll be able to race. So long as you're gentle with your truck or your buggy or your truggy or any of it, it's gonna last, you know. It's when you start pushing the limit of what you're driving, that's when shit starts to break. You know, when you get into this hobby, you need to be aware that stuff breaks. It's unavoidable. Even if you overbuild your car, there's only so much it will take. Only so much. I think I can actually go out to a regular hole here. Front ones I had to go like super in. Like I think they're like honestly even too short for the front. And this is probably overkill for the back. Alright, there's that. I'm gonna use my other wrench to put that in the rest of the way since it's so bloody close to the chassis. If I had to put it on first, it wouldn't have been an issue, but see, therein lies the order of operation thing again. Like, depending on how you put things together, it could either make it easier or tougher on you when you're going to do assembly. You know, sometimes when you want to go do one thing to your vehicle, you have to take off 10 other things just to get to the one thing. Just kind of the nature of the rub or the gig with, you know, building and or being a mechanic in any sense. It's stuff breaks and you got to take it apart to fix it. All right, so now I think I'm tired of that being rattling around in there. So close, but so far away. Yeah, seriously, like this will be a good truck. Yep, I actually look forward to driving this one myself, because it's got so many different mix-matched parts. It makes me wonder how it's going to drive. It's so difficult. It's because it's fresh plastic, cutting threads. Yeah, fresh. I wonder if I can get it any better, like right here. Kind of, sort of, not really. About the same. Where's that? Where is that? Those look like they're 7s. That's that one that never seems to quite fit right. Oh, rude. I'm gonna put a spacer on, I think. Either that or this thing's just gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. That's already messed up. So, because of these front drive shafts being just slightly longer, I now have to put a spacer in there, and I don't want to deal with that. At least not right now. You know, it's almost as thick as a bearing. I suppose I could try to fit another bearing in there, but sure, why not? Put a bearing in there. Now it works. Well, maybe not. Definitely helped it make contact, so I guess that's good enough for now. I don't like doing weird stuff like that, you know, like, yeah, that's just enough to make contact. But it's not going to lock this wheel into place because the hex is not engaged. You know, only thing that's engaged is the nut with the wheel, and then the wheel with the bearing. Yeah, that's the only reason it's catching. You know, on the back, it's no big deal. Everything's as it should be. Where's that last one? There it is. Well, I don't know how long this has been. It's probably been an hour or so. Maybe even longer, I don't know. But that's a roller right there, fellas. Guys and gals. That's so rude. Oh, it's so low. Yeah. That's so bad even now. It doesn't even. That's so bad. They're not long enough by any means. It's funny, but I had to try. Okay, so yeah, I did a roller. It's super low in the front. Like, I can't even. It's like an eighth of an inch off the deck. Yeah, seriously. Okay, so I'll need to do a different set of shocks, and I'll put this on electronics, and I'll find a body for it. I'll probably just use my other body that I got, the one that I've overbuilt. It's got a roll cage in it that I put in it from a different truck. And it's gonna have this one, so the thing's gonna be like a bulletproof slash, just about, you know, with all this extra stuff on it. I got a bumper or a set of bumpers I can throw on this right now, but it's another one of those things. Like, I'm just not gonna put it on yet because I gotta correct these other little problems before I do that, you know, because it means I'm gonna have to take it off again. Like, when I go to replace the steering rack in here, I would have to take that off, I do believe. Maybe not. No, I don't think so, but still, I don't want to put it on yet. I don't even know what kind of bumper I want to have on this yet. I might go with, you know, a Stampede bumper, which I think that fits on this. Yeah, so this is the rainbow slash. Like, how many colors I got going on here? Red, green, blue. Yeah, three different kinds of blue. 3 different kinds of green too. Four kinds of green. Right? There's a Traxxas green, there's a GPM green, there's the Chinesium green here, and then the Chinesium green on the axles too. So that's 4. And the blue, like 1 there, 2 there, 3 there. Oh, 4 blues. Four blues there. You know, 5 if you count that. But yeah, this thing's a rainbow truck. It should be cool though. It should be. Maybe I should make this like you know, like 1932 Ford hot rod roadster style. You know, put a big fat rake on it, big fat tires in the back, little ones in the front, kind of like this. You know, and then like it'd be like this. I could do that. That would actually be pretty easy to do too. I don't know. Maybe I should just put some hoons in the back and then some yeah, the big fat hoons in the back and then put 11s on the front. That'd be tight, right? I could do that. That'd be easy too. Get an adapter set for the rear so that I can take the 17 mil hex. And yeah, put the 11s in the front. Wow, maybe I should do that on my other trucks. That might happen. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. I don't think I'm going to do any more on this for today. And yeah, so whenever this thing comes to being done, I'll do a follow-up video on it. And yeah, you guys will get to see it. I promise you. And once the weather changes, or once I manage to get outside with my camera and one of my cars and film myself, I'll give you guys rip videos of what my cars do. Typically, I just go out there and I rip my car around for about 10 minutes and then I come back in. It's usually just like test runs, you know? I go out there, I make sure that the electronics work, and that's it. You know, I use old tires for any test rip and just pray that I don't scuff the body, you know, or the under chassis. And yeah, most of the time it's just, you know, a quick roll by, and I don't actually send it on a jump or anything. I've done that with some of my cars that you know, I built fresh. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go take this for a jump real quick, and I can get away with it. And if you're smart, you can actually tape off the bottom of your chassis, and it'll take a little bit of abuse from, or the tape will prevent a little bit of abuse depending on what you put on it. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, you know, build video or semi build. This is more like just let's build a roller out of, you know, parts that are kicking around. So, well, thanks. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one.